Now, we are privileged this morning to have Clayton as visiting from St Andrew's Baptist. So you had a little children's talk, and I know that's the bit that all the adults most look forward to. So we'll just continue as planned, even though there's no children here today.
Okay, great. Right. I should probably put this thing on. Okay. So I've had this grand ambition for about 3 years now that I want to be Scottish. So, the very first thing I did in wanting to be Scottish was I moved to Scotland. Does that make me Scottish?
It's a star.
No, well, yeah, it's a start, but it's not. Okay, so shortly after I got to Scotland, I ate haggis and discovered I liked it. So now I'm living in Scotland, I eat haggis. Am I Scottish yet? No, okay, alright, fine. Okay, so the January after I got here, I was living in Scotland, I was eating haggis, I discovered the Six Nations and started supporting Scottish rugby. So, clearly I'm Scottish now, right?
No.
Alright, fine, okay. Right, what if I tried to talk like yous? So now I say things like didn't and canny and wouldn't and I hide the knee. So I live in Scotland, I support Scotland, I eat haggis and I talk like yous. I'm Scottish now, aye? Nay. Right. Right, what if I learned a Scottish dialect like Dorach and I started calling little boys loonies and little girls gowries? I'm Scottish now, eh? Nay, fine. Right, I'm wearing tartan, I'm ginger, I live in Scotland, I support Scotland, I eat haggis, I speak Dorach and I talk like yous. I'm Scottish, eh? What does it take to be Scottish?
To be born here.
To be born here. That's precisely right. So I can do all the things that I think make a Scottish person Scottish. I can live in Scotland, I can do all these things. But we're reminded in several places in the Bible, it's not what we do or what we look like. It's who we're born into. And so I was reading just a couple of days ago in John, and I was reminded in John 1 that those who believed in Jesus' name, he gave the right to be called sons of God, who are not born of will or of the flesh, but born by the will of God. And a reminder to all of us that we are God's children. And it's not because we're good enough. We can't be good enough. We can't do all the right things to become God's children. But God has loved us, and he's decided to make us his children. So, let's celebrate that, and let's think about our message this morning as we talk about wisdom. And we're reminded again, it's not necessarily having the right things or looking the right way, but it's about who we are. So, we'll be talking about that in just a few minutes.
Thank you. So we're just going to have a time of prayer in a moment. So I'll give you a chance to think if there's anything you'd like to bring in for prayer. Just as you're sort of thinking about that, just before I went on holiday, myself and Eileen and Tina went along to an event for Baptists throughout Fife. So it was good to see Clayton there. And it was a dinner actually, and we heard about all different things that was happening in different churches. So it was just a really good encouraging time and a kind of networking time. So I actually was up on the stage talking about Colladine, so hopefully we'll see some big fat checks coming through to support us. No, I'm just kidding. But it was an interesting time just to hear of what God is doing in different churches, and Clayton was sharing a little bit about ministry that goes on in Strawberry Fields, up in St Andrews. So you can ask him about that afterwards. So it's encouraging actually just to hear about all the amazing things that are going to be happening. One thing that is going on in October is the Baptist Assembly, and it's just at the end of the month. And apparently there's going to be lots of public tickets for sale for the evenings of the Assembly. And it's actually in Glenrothes, and it's in the Rothes Halls. So we were told at that meeting that anybody from the churches who wants to go to that, if you just keep an eye on we'll keep an eye on the website, and hopefully we can get people along to that. And it'll be a similar time where you hear of things that God's doing throughout Fife, and just a time to be encouraged and also have times of worship together and hear from people sharing. So I've been quite a number of times, and it's always quite an encouraging thing to go to. So keep your ears open, and we'll try and get people along to that. Now,